Francis Lun, our special guest here today, GEO Securities CEO. Talk us through these China markets. And after that, Hang Seng dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
What did you make of it?
Well, it's really a correction from last week's, especially last Friday's rise. Last Friday, Hang Seng Index rose 475 points because of strength in the Hong Kong dollar.
Could that feed into China here today?
Yeah, well, realities struck yesterday. I think the China-U.S. trade war is hanging like a dark cloud over the stock market, and everybody's worried about a slowing economy and declining manufacturing activity and all that. And so, and plus that, and of course, on the financial front, there's deleveraging going on in China. People fear that it will
Francis, I'm going to stop because we just got the open, and there we go. This is what it looks like at the moment. Yeah, it's looking a bit like Hong Kong did yesterday. The Hong Kong managed to extend its losses at that point. But you say this could be just another gut check taking place, another correction, because we've had a good few days.
Yeah, that's right. I've spoken to some fund managers in China, and they said the general feeling there is very pessimistic, not just on the international front, but domestically too, because the economy is really slowing down. And from last year 6.7% to this year 6%, maybe even lower.
Really? That's quite an aggressive one. But I mean, again, many economists give their eye teeth to be growing at around about 6%, having said that.
Oh, well, you can never trust those figures. Nobody
well, you're the one who quoted
nobody
them,
does
Francis.
anyway. I think in the major cities, Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, it's okay. But if you go to the northeast and then you see the Rust Belt is terrible, and young people are leaving then by the million. With the economy slowing down, it's difficult to create jobs and keep the young people there.
What did you make of this white paper that China released yesterday? Do you think that it actually has lined out here a pretty clear strategy for how they're going to fight this trade war and support the economy at the same time? Could that actually help sentiment?
Well, actually, Premier Li Keqiang said it last week already. They will use everything possible at their disposal to stimulate growth. Maybe again we will have infrastructure spending again, but I think there will be overspending and you have diminishing return. But nobody see an early end to the trade war. I think that is one of the more pessimistic part of it.
Yeah.
And nobody see an early resolution, which means the manufacturing sector will suffer. Don't forget, half the exports from China to the U.S. are made by foreign-owned companies like American, Japanese, or European. So I think facing a 25% tariff, they will just move their manufacturing to other countries.
They're already doing that. This is what's happening. So actually, if you look at Walmart, I heard an interesting statistic. If you looked at it 15 years ago, 90% of goods sold there were made in China.
Yeah.
Now only 10% are.
Yeah, that's right. But what you have is really the production, the value chain. Even though you said 90% are made in outside China, but the content of them, maybe 70% are made in China. So it's only the last stage of the manufacturing is made in Vietnam or Bangladesh.
Yeah. Francis, I want to throw up a chart here just to kind of show, we were talking a little bit about the producer side. We've seen this gap between CPI and PPI since, I think, the end of 2016 already, meaning that producers aren't able to really pass on the cost of higher tariffs to consumers for some time now. So given these trade concerns, is this going to be a big blow for profits, for earnings?
Definitely. If they cannot pass on the cost of manufacturing, it will definitely hurt industrial profit. But I believe actually last month the industrial profits were still all right, but it hasn't shown up in the profit yet. But in the fourth quarter, I think it will show up. So, and that is a big challenge for the planners.
So where do you hide?
What I hide?
Where do you hide? I mean, where do you park your money now?
Where you hide the money? Well, it's already happening. People are buying the utilities. Look, CLP Holdings is reaching an all-time high already. and the others REITs and all these utility-related companies are reaching all-time high, but the manufacturing, property, and the financials, they are declining. So that is what is happening now. Even the tech sector is declining. So
what does that signal to you?
So we don't have a good other than utilities. We don't have any other things to buy now.
But was the economy a bit wobbly before this all happened as well? We had a lot of SOEs. There was a structural reform program in place. There was all that going on. But there's still quite a few zombie companies still, aren't there?
Well, there are many, too many of them already, because the governments still cannot bring themselves to put all these zombie companies into liquidation. The problem is with the pension. You still have to pay the retirees. Okay,
I'm going to switch tack now and talk to you about markets coming tomorrow. Heidi Lau, are you investing?
Heidi Lau?
Yeah, it's the hot pot.
No. Look at that. It's 30 times PE. And for a restaurant chain, I think it's too high, even though it's, the response is quite good. But I don't think...
It's 5 times oversubscribed by retail.
Yeah, that's right. But I doubt it will perform very well on this listing.
Okay.
Why do you think so? I mean, we've seen all these Chinese tech IPOs listed in Hong Kong, and they
he didn't buy into Xiaomi as well.
He didn't buy into Xiaomi. I mean, all these have actually been, some of them at least, lower than their debut price right now. Does it really just come down to the valuation?
Yeah, of course. I think it's down to profit. If you don't make money, how can you convince people to buy your stock? You must be something must be wrong with you to invest in a money-losing company all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about Meituan Jianping? What about Meituan?
Meituan did well on this debut, but I doubt you look at it again in 1 month's time. I think it will fall.
Well, it's back where it started now, actually.
Yeah, I think it's below 70 right now. It may fall to the $60 level.
So do you think these reforms that Hong Kong Exchanges has undergone for dual-class shares, allowing more of these biotech companies list, is it just going to be a matter of time before people start warming up to some of these companies, or do you think...
well, you need a big success, like Tencent. A stock that rising something like 50 times to bring the market, give it life. Because right now what we see, these people are still burning money. Nobody's making money, so you cannot get excited about it. So once one company makes some money, then we'll get excited about it.
What about further IPOs? Which ones are you looking at the moment that you would consider?
Well, I don't think I'm looking at anything, because we are in a bear market.
You say this every time you come on the program, that you're not looking at anything, but clearly you're doing something. At least you're not buying shirts.
Yeah, this year we're not buying anything, because we're in a bear market. If you buy anything, you lose money. So the best thing is to buy CLP or something like that.
Exactly. So that begs the question: why are people still buying that? I mean, Heidi Lau's
the valuation, though, right?
5 times oversubscribed.
Yeah, but of course you still can buy the banks and maybe the insurers, where valuations are quite low.
Yeah.
And in the bear market, it's time to build up your stock.
Do you have a lot of cash positions right now, too, Francis?
Well, maybe 30% cash, but I sold all our tech stocks and all this, which is called growth stocks, because I think they're in for a big slump.
So value, that's what it is. So, but I mean, many people point to the market saying if you're a long-term investor, it's actually probably a good time to be here. Yeah,
it's a long time good to be here to buy the defensive stocks, not the tech stocks, because I think tech stocks are heading for some headwind.
Renminbi, we've seen a bit of stabilization now. Is that a good sign for the market?
Yeah, I think so, because I think the government is really serious that it won't let the renminbi to fall to 7. Yeah. Everybody predicted it will fall to 7, but suddenly it's like now 6.85 now. I think it will stay about that level for the remainder of the year.